Judge, this is my client.
Step all the way up.
Is this Miss Ortiz?
It is, Your Honor.
Good morning, Miss Ortiz.
Good morning, Your Honor.
So, Miss Ortiz, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It looks like you were placed on probation for this DWI.
Sure.
It is alleged now that you have violated that probation. Is this still an open case in Barrett County? Okay, so we're not going to go forward on that one. I guess let's do the VIP. You know, one of the things is that you have to plead true to these allegations, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the problem is that if you plead true to one of the open cases, that could essentially hurt you, and it's not what we're trying to do here. So what we'll go forward is it true that you failed to participate and complete the DWI victim impact panel as alleged? Okay, I'm going to find that is true. I'm going to revoke your probation. I'm going to sentence you to 30 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 5 days that you've done. I am going to suspend your license for a year, man. Do not drive until you get a license. Kind of be careful, man. You know, you're begging to go to prison. Just, if it's all centered around one thing and it's booze, just stop. It's not hard. Mind over matter, you know? Okay, all right. Good luck, Miss Ortiz. Thanks, Brandon.
Thank
Did you wait to take this one?
Yes. Yeah.
you.
Hey,
How are you?
what's new, man? I see that you are here, presumably for Mr. Lewis.
Yes.
Why has he never come here? I guess we're not that just, and we love you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
Good to see you.
I should not complain.
Yeah, that's right. No one cares anyway. You complain until you're blue in the face. No one's going to do anything about it.
Very true. Mr. Poole came in to do his drug test. He was negative. All is good. It's gone well.
Remind me what we're doing with Mr. Poole, because I don't.
MRP picked up a new case. He's also got a case upstairs. We are in the process of getting stuff together to document that this is not what it sounds like.
Oh, that's right. This isn't Mr. Poole.
But he's been on house arrest. He's been doing great. Drug tests and everything.
Right. Okay. I remember Mr. Poole now. Okay.
Two things I did want to clarify while we were here. You gave him permission to leave the house for medical things. I'd like to extend that to counseling if it wasn't already included. And for Christmas, just to be able to visit family in town for like when the family goes to the aunt and uncle's house.
What is your position?
You said he didn't have any violations.
No, he's not good.
I mean, I'm okay.
I don't know, but we haven't checked.
His parents going to his aunt and uncle's house where the family's going for Christmas.
Come up, Mr. Poole.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what's going on with your life now. What are you doing with yourself?
I'm just trying to work on myself. I'm staying at the house, so
Okay.
I'm just like working out and doing whatever, trying to get all my schoolwork done. So I'm doing online.
Are you in high school or are you in college? Where
I'm a senior in high school.
you're a senior in high school?
Doing online school right now.
Okay. How's that going?
It's going well.
Okay.
I'm about in my first semester.
You're what?
I'm about in my first semester,
Okay.
14th.
Are you seeing anyone?
Hmm?
Counseling wise, are you seeing anyone? How does that work out?
It's online, but I was planning on doing it in person next week.
We'd like to go to online because, or excuse me, to in person because as you can imagine, trying to do it
We
online.
need proof first, right? That he's
Proof of what?
going to go actually see someone, you know, like he has an appointment, so we know he's not just going to go visit friends.
How do you want to?
I don't know, maybe get a letter from the doctor showing that you have an appointment, that you're going to go see him. What else are you requesting?
I just wanted to be able to go do the counseling that he's attending in person because it's per the counselor and based on my experience doing the 20 years, it's significantly more helpful if you can actually do it in person instead of trying to do it through.
How often do you see this person? That's it? Okay. Do you want to do this on a weekly basis, or is this just a one-time deal now?
I think we should just do it whenever the counselor thinks that, whatever the counselor is prescribing is the best course of action.
Okay. Of course, I'm okay with it. I just want proof.
Good.
I don't
Get
take
you
anybody's word for anything. As much as I, admire and respect you, I don't trust anyone, right? Not you specifically, but
Understood. We will get you documentation. Who do you want us to provide that to?
just, you can give it to Alicia. Yeah, she's here every day, so just, you can email it to her. That should be sufficient. And then we can come up with a plan, but it's, you go to the counselor and then you come back home. We have a monitor on you now, right? You need to understand, we know where you are at all times. So if you deviate, if you go to Speedy's Fast Track, or if you go to McDonald's, or if you do, we're going to know, and it's not going to end well for you. You understand? Okay. As far as Christmas, you said something else, though.
Yeah, and so he's staying at home with his parents. The family all gets together in, one house. We'd like him to be able to go to that family Christmas event.
Okay. Is that one day?
The one day for Christmas, do you use like Christmas Eve,
Nah,
Christmas?
just one day. probably.
Just-
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Remember, no using anything. If you are, no contact with any of the, right.
Notice how carefully the judge talks through holiday visits. This is classic courtroom risk management. Even family gatherings become legal minefields when you're on monitoring. Drama at Christmas may be normal, but on bond, it can land you in jail. Have you ever seen a family fight that absolutely should have been illegal?
Alleged complaining
They're not-
witnesses.
It's not family.
And I'm going to tell you now, if you get together with family members and they're family members that you don't get along with, and there's the potential that you end up in an argument or a fight or something, it's not worth it.
Just
You need to consider that wherever you're going. All right. Okay. I'm with you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Appreciate
Of
your
course. Ready?
Always, Judge. Why don't you qualify that? I don't know what we're doing, but yes.
right.
Come up. Come up.
Mr. Bledsoe. So I spoke with pretrial judge, and I spoke with the coordinator. Per pretrial, he's tested positive presumptively, because they have to send it to a lab for confirmatory for alcohol and THC. I think they described his behavior as
Threatening.
well, I didn't get threatening, but
I got threatening.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you now, I'm not going to have you, and I'm not going to stand for your threatening anyone in this court at any time. That is, every part of this is an extension of us. I don't care where you're going. I don't care what building you're in, whether you're in pretrial services, whether you're taking a drug test. It's unacceptable, and I'm revoking your bond, and you now goes with you.
if I can, Judge, I don't believe there has been actually any evidence presented to warrant a
Hold
bond
on, Stephen.
revocation.
She told me yesterday that there had been multiple threats.
So, all right, to circle back, there's a couple things. In speaking with pretrial, I have not received any information about threats. I've received information about cursing and rude behavior.
Yes, Judge.
Don't
There was
speak.
no threat of harm or anything like that. It was just more so attitude. He was making people in our office a little bit uncomfortable just with his demeanor and the things that he was saying, but none of it, to my knowledge, has been anything, putting anyone in danger, threatening danger, anything of that sort.
This is where I
You
want.
have an open criminal case. You're to be humble and contrite. And when you're not, and when you're threatening, abusive, harassing, I'm going to take care of you and I will light you up like a damn Christmas tree. Do you understand? It is unacceptable, the behavior that you have displayed here with myself, with pretrial, with the people down over there. And if you don't straighten up and fly right, I'm going to be all over you. Do you understand? One false move again. This is not supposed to be a happy time for you. And I don't know what I need to do to get your attention. But next time, I will classify you as a danger, revoke your bond, and make it so high you will have teeth falling out. Do you understand?
Sir.
Take a seat.
Thank you, Judge. Back to your point. Do you have a preference on the reset date, Judge? He's got-
So tell me what he tested positive for.
It was THC and alcohol, Judge.
Okay.
This is where I will add that the court added bond conditions yesterday, so he had the
I
magistrate.
understand.
Okay.
He did have
So-
these magistrate orders in October that I did see that he was instructed over. It didn't have no alcohol, but it did have
October what?
October.
14th, 15th.
Give me the last name again.
Bledsoe, BLED.
Oh, no. He's still smoking weed then. I mean, if they told him not to use any kind of illegal drugs and he tested positive right now, give me the date, please. Come up, Mr. Bledsoe. You're not off the hook yet.
This is where I will repeat my assertion that since he's out on bond, he's entitled to a hearing where the rules of evidence would apply.
What we're doing right now.
Well, then I'm going to object to hearsay to anything and everything being heard by the court.
What day was the magistrate condition for no using, please? October 20th.
I also give my spiel about see seltzers that I could buy at Specs that have no alcohol but have THC in them.
You are not to use alcohol. You are not to use illegal drugs. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to test you again in 2 weeks from today. If you test positive for THC again, and I don't care what it is, I don't care if it's a gummy, I don't care if it's a joint, I don't care if it's Delta 8, if it's Delta 9, if it's Delta 352, whatever it may be, you will stay with me. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Get whatever records you need. But if you test positive for THC again,
Yes,
you're
sir.
on notice now. You will stay with me.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Have a seat back in there. Come on. But did you have a preference on the reset date, Judge?
2 weeks, whatever you want.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. You said
And
2
I'll
weeks.
test them back and we'll see.
Do you
But
want,
by then it'll be sufficient benefit that
Yes,
there's
Judge.
just no argument.
do you want him 2 weeks from today testing on that date?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do. Thank you.
You're not going to be happy with me after this is over with, Mr. Moore. I'm going to tell you that. You're laughing and smiling now. You now picked up. You picked up a new case while you're on bond. You now are charged with possession of marijuana. And as I can see, this is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th marijuana case. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. Okay,
On July 13th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop at approximately 1:49 a.m. on a blue Charger parked on the side of the road with multiple individuals hanging around the vehicle. And the vehicle also drove off and failed to signal while making a right turn. The driver was ID'd as Robert Moore. The passenger was ID'd as Kevin Owens. Officers observed a strong odor of marijuana from the vehicle. A large bag was in the back seat containing multiple prepackaged marijuana baggies. Neither defendants claimed ownership of the baggies, and the total weight was 22.1 grams.
so what were they doing?
They were on the side of the road, hanging outside of the vehicle, and then they drove off and failed to signal while making a right turn.
Okay, so that's what led the cops led them to pull them over. Mr. Moore,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. What is the one thing I asked you not to do?
Catch another case,
What did you do?
catch a case.
Guess what happens now? He goes with you. Sorry, man.
Your Honor, isn't it, can we approach the court right now asking for a bond?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm going to send him a bond.
And even in regards to, I know it's a couple of cause hearings, but I know they're saying that he made a right turn, we're still waiting for dash cam, but the biggest issue that they were saying was that the gas station he was at is a high crime area.
I
And
don't
that's
care
the
about
biggest
that.
thing, was just him having people around the vehicle.
I mean, ultimately, they pull him over, he's slinging, you know what I mean? So I'm not happy. And it's his fifth weed case. It's over and over and over, and he's not getting it. So what do we do to get him to get it? You know, I don't know.
And I will say, I know that there's been a gap in time, like I think his last charge he had was from 2018 and then just had these recent two. And I think the biggest thing is just the company that he's keeping. And we talked about that before. I just was recently returned.
I get it. And so what we'll do is that once he gets out, we will try to, well, not try to, I'll make it a condition that he's not to hang around with any of the
Okay.
co-defendants or anything like that. And we'll see. Hopefully he can abide.
And I told the court will provide I know it said the defendant didn't take ownership, but the other defendant always has. And so I'm just waiting to get that from the court, so that he was taking ownership of the drugs that were in the vehicle.
Okay.
So I'll get that to the court.
So what did he get? What did the co-defendant get charged with?
Possession of marijuana, 4 ounces to 5 pounds. It's in the 182nd.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess so what's going to happen is he'll pop back up on Monday's docket. I'm assuming he's going to bond out because I'm not making it super high. If he is still if he hasn't bonded out, he'll be here Monday morning. If not, he'll be here in a week and we'll probably see him next Friday. Yeah. Thanks. 5,001. Yeah.
5,001.
One. Yeah. On the UCW, please.
On the UCW.
Just on the UCW, correct. I will leave the first bond for the week kids. I'll leave it alone. Okay, thanks. Sorry.
No problem, I understand. You do your job.
So how many times has this dude evaded us?
There were 2 PR bonds posted. This is the second one.
Yeah, I'm not done with him getting multiple PR bonds like that.
Hold on.
Case is 351 days old. You get PR bond after PR bond. I don't think so, Mr. Robinson. No, I will appoint you a lawyer today. He goes with you. Can you please appoint him someone and then we'll talk? But ma'am, don't send him down. Yeah.
Page 1, Applegate.
Don't send him down though. Yeah, thanks. Good morning, Mr. Applegate. Sir, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On July 13th, 2024, officers conducting routine business checks due to burglaries because of lack of electricity because of Hurricane Beryl. Officers checked out on a suspicious male at a Goodwill that was closed at the time. The defendant was observed by the officers to be placing items in his vehicle. They made contact with the defendant and conducted a Terry frisk, which discovered 2.6 grams of marijuana. The defendant said he was picking up scrap metal from outside the location, and the defendant had a felony warrant for burglary of a building.
Okay, so this isn't, because I see that he's got an open burglary of a building. This is, don't say anything. I don't need your help.
It's unrelated. It's a separate transaction.
So I guess they didn't charge him with anything as far as their.
Correct.
It's
The
concerned.
burglary of a building was April of last year, and he was on the warrant for that case at the time. He's posted bond.
So where was the weed? In his pocket?
Correct. In his pocket.
Can you tell me about the burglary of a building, please?
April 5th, 2023, 7110 Barker Cypress Road. We responded to Rainforest Car Wash. spoke with the manager, said the defendant was a former employee, had broken into the business and stole vacuum and buffer. Victim said the defendant came back and asked for his job back. Manager showed business surveillance to the police of the defendant pulling up in his Lincoln Navigator, forcing his way into the business and taking the property.
Mr. Applegate, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find alcohol or dope, I will put you in jail, and I'm going to make your bond extremely high. Do you understand? My sole purpose in life is to protect every single person and every single piece of property in Harris County. If I find that you act like a fool while you're out there in the free world, I will take it away from you in a heartbeat. Do you understand? I don't care what you're doing. I don't care where you're going. I don't care who you're with. You endanger my property. You endanger my public. I'm going to light you up. Do you understand? What do you do for a living?
I'm unemployed right now. Right now, I'm just gonna clean up, like cutting the trees down and everything like that because of the storms.
Do you have a full-time job? It's time for you to get a full-time job. You have way too much time on your hands and you are becoming self-destructive. All you're doing is you're picking up more cases, doing stuff you shouldn't be doing. Do you understand? I will appoint you a lawyer today. I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks and I want to see what you have done to get a full-time job. If you've done nothing, it's just not going to go well for you. Do you understand me? I don't know if there's an application on file or not. Deeds is not working again. For now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while I find you a lawyer. After that, you're going to meet with Tracy for your bond conditions. You are now on notice. I'm telling you, if you don't have anyone to pony up a $10,000 to $15,000 bond on you, you will be stuck like Chuck in jail until this case is over. Behave yourself. Do you understand? All right.
Judge, that was 2 weeks to get a job?
Yeah. Well, to see what he's done to get a job. Be back here in 2 weeks.
State's bond conditions?
No, with Tracy. Make sure that he's not using. You, Kenneth Henderson. Mr. Henderson, you're charged with failure to identify oneself. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On July 11th, 2024, officers were dispatched to an assault in progress call at a park. When they arrived, the two parties matching the description were already walking away. Officers approached the defendant, who provided his name, Kenan Henderson, 6206, date of birth. Officers were unable to get a hit and asked him to re-verify. The defendant stated—
Again, what's he doing wrong at the park?
There was an assault, Your Honor.
Oh, there was an assault.
There was an assault call in progress, and the defendant
Oh.
and the other party matched the description.
Got it. Okay.
Officers were unable to get a hit and asked him to re-verify. The defendant stated it was correct and that he was 18 and never had a TCID and a Texas ID and did not know his social security number. He got upset and stated he wasn't lying. The defendant gave his mother's phone number to verify, and she gave the true information. The defendant gave a false date of birth and concealed that he was 21 years old, dating a 16-year-old.
So the information he gave was just the wrong date of birth? What happened with the assault investigation? Was there an actual assault?
That's what they were dispatched to, Judge. I'll have to do some follow-up, but we didn't charge him with it, whether it's all or anybody else.
And so you're saying that in the call for the assault, he matched the description?
That's correct, Judge. That's what's being alleged that it is.
All right. Mr. Henderson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. So you're 18, correct? Or are you 19? How old are you?
21.
What do you do for a living? Nothing?
NRG, with Andy Friend.
Did you graduate from high school? Why not?
Professional medical.
What grade did you make it to?
12.
I mean, you're almost there. Why didn't you follow through, man? You just dropped out on the last year. Why? It's time for you to go back. And I want to see you go back. And I am now making that a condition of your bond that you and I together are going to try to get your GED. You cannot roll around life with, at the very minimum, a high school diploma. You will go nowhere. You will make pennies on the dollar for the rest of your life. This life is a journey, and it can be a great journey, or it could be an absolute miserable, rotten toilet of an existence. And I'm going to tell you, if you have no money, it's going to be a rotten life, because you need money for everything in life. And if you don't have money, you'll never get a car. You'll never go on a vacation. You want to get a wife one day? You want to keep that wife? If you ain't got no money, all you're going to do is fight. It's a miserable, rotten existence. And it starts with getting, at the minimum, your high school diploma. So I will give you a lawyer today. In 2 weeks, I want you back here to show me what you have done to start looking about getting into GED classes. I have the lawyer who has resources to also help you out so that we can give you money, we can give you computers, whatever you need. But it starts with you. Do you understand? I'm telling you, life sucks without money. It's really real. Everyone wants to see you fail. Everyone laughs when you fall down. Don't give them a reason. And it starts with your high school diploma. You understand? No smoking any dope. I'm going to test you. I will test you 31 days from today. If I see that you're smoking dope, then you will get your GED with me behind bars. Do you understand? Okay? I'm not asking for much. Make me proud. All right. Can you reach out to the MAC for him, and then we'll see him back in 2 weeks, see what he's done? Okay. Mr. Henderson, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while we start on all the paperwork for you.
Three co-defendants. First one is page 8, Jackson. Real. And then page 11, Odom, come on up. And then page 17, Thomas, come on up. Gonzalez Jennifer.
Okay.
All right, Judge, page 8, Jackson, page 11, Odom, page 17, Thomas.
All of you are charged with possession of marijuana. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On July 11th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle for failing to come to a complete stop at a four-way intersection with all the traffic lights off. The driver quickly exited the vehicle and was detained and ID'd as defendant Alexis. Defendant Odom exited the passenger side and started walking away and was detained. The defendant Thomas got out of the back driver's side door, and defendant Jackson was in the back passenger side door. There was a Glock in the driver's side floorboard, unholstered, round in the chamber within arm span of defendant Alexis, who is 20. And defendant Odom had a backpack on, and it was open, and a baggie of marijuana was visible. 51 grams of marijuana was recovered, an electric scale, and a Glock was in Odom's backpack. Defendant Thomas had 7.23 grams of marijuana tucked in her bra. Defendant Jackson's purse smelled of marijuana, and 4.88 grams of marijuana was in the purse.
Who's the driver?
It says defendant Alexis, but
Defendant Alexis is in court at 3, Your Honor. For whatever reason.
So there's a fourth.
there's a four.
What's the cause number, please?
251-9367.
That's the earliest cause number.
So they may all know.
You can do that now?
I can, I'll take a seat after the judge.
Okay. Here's the deal. You guys are all getting transferred to court 3 because they've got the lowest cause number. We're going to do the transfer order here momentarily. I'm going to sign it, and then we're going to send you all to court 3. So if you just mind just taking a seat over there, we'll be back with you momentarily. Do not leave, guys.
All right, Judge, page 9, Johnson. There's a co-defendant on this one, last name Williams. That one landed in court 3, but should come.
What page was it?
Page 9.
Okay. Are you Patricia Johnson? Ms. Johnson, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, ma'am. Okay.
On July 13th, 2024, officers received credible information from a concerned citizen that the co-defendant, a currently wanted person in Harris County, Texas for felony family assault, was inside a residence located at 710 West Bluff Drive in the garage portion of the residence. After opening the garage of the residence, officers observed the defendant lying in bed next to the co-defendant. As officers began to call the defendant and co-defendant out of the garage, officers observed several items of drug paraphernalia, such as used glass pipes and a white powdery substance wrapped in a clear plastic bag. Through further investigation, deputies observed 1.5 grams of marijuana located underneath the white powdery substance. And at the time of the incident, it was unclear what the substance was, but neither the defendant or co-defendant claimed ownership of the substance that had an approximate weight of 2 grams.
So how do you know it's hers? She's just at the house, right?
Right, Your Honor.
Is it her house?
It's unclear whose house it was. It's
Patricia Johnson. Ms. Johnson, just take a seat for me in the jury box. I'll be back with you here momentarily. I need to do a deeper dive on your case. You can get your stuff. So Williams is upstairs though, right? Ma'am, take a seat for me at the jury box.
It's in court 3.
Oh, that's